I'm here. I don't believe it. It literally caused me to have to bring in a new browser. I have whined about some of this software recently, and now we know why. However, here I am, and all is not lost. Took me nearly 20 minutes, though. My goodness gracious. I am very sorry. Now I am here. All shall be well. And I'm ready to do some numerology with your birth date if you're around. So that is my plan. I'm also very willing to do whatever you need. Excuse me, I am online now. Whoops. Pierre. Yes. Okay. Let me see where else I can try and drum up some. Oh dear me. I had everything all in are we Queens of Isolation? Is that what it's called? I had things in documents all ready to be pasted, but I had to close everything out. Okay. Doing numerology. Okay, if there's anybody there, thank you. I appreciate you. I will be there in a very short moment. And hopefully, what's that? There, I'll stick in a different picture. Numbers. There. Okay, that'll make sense. And live producer, hello. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Faye. How wonderful. I'm sorry about that. This has been quite a challenging half hour. Okay, Stacy, if you would like to give me your year, if you don't want to, that's fine. I will deal with. Wow, this is so cool. Oh, good gracious. Okay, so Stacy was here first. So the 4th of the 6th, Stacy, 1987. So you have a 4 and a 6 and a 1 and a 9. All right. Oh, this is lovely. You have 2 lines, Stacy. I'm working with the grid, which is sort of just like a basic tic-tac-toe, 9 squares. The numbers start at the bottom and they grow up like a plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So when we put your numbers into the grid, we get those 2 lines, the 147, which is the line of manual dexterity. So these are people with talents in manipulating physical things. So whether that is sewing or woodwork or gardening or cooking or something where your hands alter the nature of physical things on the planet, which is a rather awesome thing we can't be doing without people like you. And hi, Cheryl. And then the 789 is called the line of enthusiasm. And that is the line that it's such a gift to everybody around you, because when you find something, and whether that's a book that you've read or a concept that you've heard or some idea that has come to you through inspiration, when you get excited about it, you want everybody to know, you want to share it, you want them to take the book by IV so you can talk about it right away. And it's a wonderful way that accelerates the development of community, because you are there waving the flag and being excited and bringing that enthusiasm to the people around you. So that's a really lovely energy, and I hope you get a chance to use it lots. Okay, I'm doing 22 September of 1960. And this is an interesting 1960. Cool. All right. So Faye, you have a line that runs diagonally down 3, 5, and 7, and it's empty, which is all right. It's still a line. It's called the line of skepticism, and this makes Faye the child who could have been sent to Sunday school and nearly sent the teacher around the corner because just questioning everything. You don't take anything, or as a you still don't. You don't take anything because someone said so. You've never read a book and said, okay, that's it. I've got my rules for life. I don't need to think anymore. You question, you query, you want evidence. You want to see how things are repeatable. You want proof. You want proof of all things. You're also these 9s, and maybe we'll get to some other people with lots of 9s. Having that much energy in that square makes for someone who is a little bit of a perfectionist and worries a lot about not doing the wrong thing and not doing anything that will make a negative impact on other people. So that is it's an energy that comes from kindness, but you came on that day so that you could learn to overcome it. That's one of the wonderful things about birth dates, and I truly believe that we chose them to promote us along our path. So this is one of the lessons that you came to learn, was that you can stay inside your own skin, look after yourself. You can't take responsibility for anybody else. So if you stay in the house because you don't want to step on the spider, then you're missing a whole lot of things, and there's ways to avoid the spider. If you go out, let the spider get on with its life, let you get on with yours, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Now, right now, we're staying home for other reasons, and it really does matter that we don't go out. Okay, I have a Tracy on July the 11th. You didn't give me a year, Tracy. No. So I'm gonna do you for this year. Your energy in this year, you've got a okay. So this year, you have a you would be in a 2 and 7 and 4. You're in a 4-year, and you those two ones. One is the number of where you begin. You begin where your universe begins, because if you're not there, then your universe isn't there, right? So it is that seed, that core, that central identity that is Tracy, and was Tracy before Tracy came into the human experience, and will be Tracy afterwards, right? This is you. And having 2 1s suggests that when you arrived, you were required to adapt to the adults around you. They were the ones with all the power. They were the ones you wanted to please. So if one of them was looking for you to be sitting in the corner reading a book, then when they were around, you would go sit in the corner and read a book, because why wouldn't you? That's what they want. On the other hand, if a different adult, or maybe when you got to school and it was a teacher, whatever it was, but in your childhood, somebody thought that you would want, oh, there goes Tracy, she's always climbing trees. So when they were around, you go climbing trees, because that's what you do. And as you become an adult, and you're in your early 20s, and you look in the mirror and go, well, who am I? Am I the book reader? Am I the tree climber? Should I be up a tree reading a book? And there begins the quest for figuring out who you really are. And that's kind of what you've come for. You came on the 11th, and you came assuming you're older than 20. You have another 1 because of the millennium you were born in. So there's a real need to gather all the parts of yourself and to look for the other things that are possibly out there that nobody suggested for you. Nobody said you could make balloon animals at the children's hospital. And when you did hear about it when you were 30, you went, oh my goodness, that's what I want to do. And you can take it on board, right? But it's because you don't have that centered absolute certainty of who you are and what is your role, you get to spend your life exploring and searching and finding. And as a result, you broaden your outlook of what it means to be here in life. So that's a very cool thing. Oh my goodness, I've got more messages than I realized. Cheryl Purcell, I met you a long time ago. All right. So with the 27th of April, 1962, I hope you are doing well. It's a 9 and a 4. And this is 27 is 9. Okay, so you have a 4 birth force when we add them all together, which is very, very. Oh my goodness, Tracy! I just saw your comment. You've got 4 1s, and then you've got 2 7s and a 9. All right, so you have. I'm sorry, Cheryl. I'm coming. I get so excited about this stuff. Tracy, you have both of the spiritual numbers, the 7 and the 9. So good intuition, good hunches, good stuff, and very possibly some precognitive dreaming and lots of intuition, because spirit is letting you know that if you choose to develop that skill, it's absolutely there for you. It will feel very, very comfortable and natural. And then you have a line up the center of the grid, with no 4s, 5s, or 6s, which is the line. It's called the line of dissatisfaction, but it's the line that causes you, when even when things are going really well and everybody's happy, you have a belief that there must be something more, and you will go off looking for it, and frequently then lead other people to find something that is more and better. So that really fits well with your 4 1s while you're trying to figure out where you belong and what you belong and who you might be when you grow up. But it keeps you moving, and you came deliberately on that day. I really hope that you understand that, because this is what you're here to do. And we all benefit from your search, you finding things that we weren't even looking for, but we benefit from that. So it's very, very nice. Okay, 2 and 7, I'm on Cheryl now, and 4 and 1, 9 and 6 and 2. So Cheryl, I do not remember reading. I know I did your chart. I know that much, but I have no idea what was in it. And there you are. Okay, it's lovely. There's so many people here. Thank you. What I'm seeing is a tendency towards being a bit of a people pleaser. You've got that one. You've got that centered identity, but then you've got these 2 2s where it's the number for relationships, and when they outweigh the central self, it can lead to a certain amount of not putting yourself forward, of letting other people take charge of the situation, and you not being willing to speak up and tell them things that they clearly don't know, because often they don't, and you have this wonderful wisdom and knowledge, and you don't want to put yourself forward. You don't want to be in the spotlight. And so one of the lessons that you're here to learn is about honoring yourself and honoring your wisdom and knowing how valuable you are. And people are still going to love you when they know you're smart, when they know you've got something that they don't. They're still going to love you. You don't have to be stupid. You don't have to go along with everything they say in order to win their respect. Quite the opposite. You've got this 147 line as well, which, did I just talk about that? I've talked about it today. I know Stacy has it. The line of manual dexterity, working with physical things and changing them whether that's building bookcases or it's making cookies or it's knitting, doing handwork of some kind. You're more than capable of bringing creativity, bringing new things, and okay, I think I'm missing somebody here. Okay, Pierre. Okay, Anne-Marie and Pierre, maybe you're using somebody else's account. So I'm looking at May 31st, 315, 1967, centennial year. I remember it well. So we have 3 and a 1. No, we have the 31st, May 31st. Okay, I see what I've done. All right, so 4 and 5 and 10, 16, 23 is 5. Oh, I like this. Okay. So this is a very, very changing, a person who can get really restless if they're not challenged. So 3 and 1 and 5 and 1 and 9, 6 and 7. Cool. So you've got the 7 and 9, the two spiritual numbers. So everything I said about intuition, absolutely true and continues to be true. And then you've got, my pen's running out. You have the 159 line, which is called the line of determination. And that is the line that when you find what it is that you're called to, you're absolutely unstoppable. If you haven't found it yet, you maybe you're drifting. You're looking for it. You sometimes adults accuse you when you're in your teens and 20s of, you're not applying yourself. Well, no, because you haven't found that thing yet. But when you do, absolutely unstoppable. And the 369 line is the line of synthesis. It's intellect. It's the ability to gather things from different places and see how they fit together. It's a very, very intelligent line, and it will serve you well when you figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing. The 7 and 9, good intuition, good hunches. I would need to do a lot more. Your birth date isn't showing me anything financial. Certainly, I mean, you're capable of running a business, and there's lots of things that you're capable of, but to tune in specifically on that, there's nothing there that jumps out and says, ooh, they're going to be living under a bridge with no money or anything like that. So I'm sorry, I can't be more specific. All right, Tracy, I got Sandy, March 26th. Okay, very close on March 28th. 26319. Where did it go? Sandy, there we go. All right, so that's 11 is 2 is 8. So that's 10, 13. You have a 4 birth force, which is a very solid, stable, reliable energy. This year, oh, nice. You're all in lines. This year is a 4 year. The 2020 added all together is a 4. I said in December that we were going to build a stable foundation for our future. I think my brain was like following Greta Thunberg. I was believing we were going to make changes that would lay a base for a different kind of future. I had no idea we were going to turn the world off. That wasn't part of my plan at all. Okay, so you've got this 369, very, very intelligent and intellectual even, and good at synthesizing. This is Sandy with an IE. Okay, you have also the 159, which is the fixed intention, the line of determination that really helps you to focus. When you find your field, you are capable of doing great and enormous things. But until you find it, You're not going to be happy punching a time clock and working for the man. You're really not. And then you've got the 1, 2, 3 going up, which is called the line of organization. And these are the children who line up their teddy bears by order of size, and when they learn the alphabet, they alphabetize the books on the shelf, right? Wonderful skill. I have this line. I totally don't understand how anybody gets out of bed who doesn't have it, but they walk among us, people who do not have that sort of an instinct for placing order on chaos. It's a wonderful thing. It's a very marketable skill. People always need someone who can alphabetize stuff or sort it in particular ways. Okay, May the 7th of 69, 7, 5, 1, 9, 6, 9. Okay, so 2 9s, a 6, a 1, 7, and a 5. All right, so you've got the 159 line as well, which you're born in 69. You may have had, it's a big gap, but you may have had friends who were born in the 50s. Everybody in the 50s has this line. And very often people in the 60s who are born in May or born on the 5th of the month gravitated towards people who shared the line. It's a really interesting thing. 7 and the 9, the two spiritual numbers again. I tell people we're mostly all born with 2 arms. We don't all become weightlifters. You have got what it takes if you make the decision and say, I want to work with spirit, I want to do this, to take that decision to study and train and practice and do whatever. You'd be really, really good at it. You got the stuff. The 2 9s, we're back at a little bit of perfectionism, sometimes some self-censoring, because again, from a beautiful place in your heart where you just don't want to hurt anybody. That's and you know that you can. Your when we add up all of your numbers, what was the name I'm at? Penny. Okay. When we add them all up, we come to a 1, which is the number of I talked earlier about the central identity, so that centeredness of knowing that you are who you are, and without some of the identity crises that some people are here to experience, you are much more likely to know who you are and to know what you're doing, and knowing that you have the ability to impact things. You maybe shy away from anything that you fear might might ripple outwards and hurt somebody. Penny, I'm assuming, is a woman's name. You would have been socialized as a little girl in the 60s, and risk-taking and being brave and huge was not part of it anywhere that I'm aware of. Okay. I'm sorry, I had to bring in a new browser, and now, of course, it's not quite as it was. Faye says it's also true. Good. I'm delighted to hear that. Oh, look at this. Lovely, lovely. Oh, I like this. Okay. Michelle on March the 9th. We have a 9 and a 3 and a 195 line. And what was the year? Oh, nice. Okay. So 9, 3, 1, 9, 5, 8. So the 159 line, determination, the ability to really, really apply yourself. When we add everything up together, we come out at 8. So there's a real there's a what's the word I want? Not a dilemma, a paradox with this, because an 8 is a brilliant energy. It's the energy of flow. It is the fairness. When we draw an 8, we can divide it this way and get mirror images, and we can divide it this way and get mirror images. So it's about symmetry and balance. And And when we lie it down, we have the symbol for infinity. So it is about that flow of energy that comes to us from source and flows through us as the in-breath and the out-breath. The one without the other cannot exist, right? That's why it's the two loops. It's beautiful energy, love 8 energy. However, when we get a lot of them, and people who are born like on the 8th of August or in the 1980s, we saw a lot of it. When there's a lot of that weighing one side, weighing another in mediation or decision making or in judging and absolutely capable of being fair. But when there are a lot of 8s, and this 8 is really strong, this is way powerful to have an 8 up here. So that counts as a lot, even though there's only one in your year. It can lead to a lot of procrastination and indecision. You keep wanting to do a little bit more research. You keep wanting to hear the third side of the argument and the fourth side of the argument and what it says in Britannica about this argument, and it sometimes delays the decision making or the coming to that final moment. Being aware of that, you can stop it. You can say, okay, I'm going to do all the research, I'm going to listen to everybody, but Friday at noon I'm making my decision, and it will be fair. It absolutely will. You need to trust yourself as far as that goes. So I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, 1st of January 68. I believe I've charted that before. All right, Penny, good. Yes. 111 6 8. All right, so your line, you have the line of the skeptic. Okay, I didn't write a name on this, and if anybody comes back and asks me, I won't know. Oh dear. Who was the 9th of March? I have a 9th of March. I know I had a 9th of March. There. Okay, Michelle. Okay. All right, so Scott, you know this. The line of skepticism, the absolute need for evidence at all times, the unwillingness to take anybody else's dogma or doctrine. It allows for a lovely clean slate. You didn't have to unlearn very much in order to move forward. Now, what you do have are these very difficult ones where your sense of yourself was fragmented as a little boy. And what was required of you by different people in different parts of your life was always very, very different. What that gave you is a wonderful ability to read people, and this is true for anybody who's got multiple ones. To be able to look at other people and see how they're reacting and responding, and come up with what they want. You can do that. Your first family trained you at that. So whether that's acing an interview, whether that's becoming an actor where you can become another character very easily, there are lots of skills that come with that. But ultimately, you came on that day in order to do the work of gathering yourself and finding your center. And it might be the day before they stick you in a box, before you actually feel completely, this is me, this is all of me. But that's okay. Once you've done that, you can go in your box. It's all good. All right, lots and lots of people. This is so exciting. Thank you. All right, where am I? Scott. All right, I've got a Kelly. I haven't done Kelly. Did I miss you? I apologize. 20th of October. I haven't done that. 2010 1962. So we've got another skeptic here. If I got this right, yes, 2010 1962. All right, so your total is a 3, which is the number of inspiration. This is the place of creativity where things in the unseen realms come through you. You get to be the portal to bring stuff into the world. That's not about making babies. That's about poems and paintings and algorithms and concepts in social work and creating new ways of relating to people. It's the unseen stuff that needs to come down and be expressed into the physical world, and that's what you're here to do. Thank you for that. We need that kind of forward thinking. It's wonderful. This is a really complex chart. Having said that you are really inspired and connected while you are struggling with a whole bunch of stuff. We've got this fragmented sense of self. We've got a balanced, but because relationships are the way they are, I would imagine there's a lot of giving yourself away because you're not really sure who you are today. Certainly while you're young, you may well have got over that by now, but that, there's a concert in Montreal, and you get in the car in Ottawa and somebody says, woohoo, we're on our way to Toronto. And instead of saying, oh, I thought we were going to Montreal, you just shush because you don't want to make a fuss, and you don't want to put yourself forward, and you don't want to be that girl. Unfortunately, all your friends might have really loved the thing in Montreal, but they never found out about it because you didn't say. And you could have said, and they said, no, we're going to Toronto anyway. But they didn't know, and that was your choice. That was your choice because you gave away that ability to influence their day. And there's nothing wrong with speaking your speak. They can still say no. All right, you have 3, because zeros go in when like the 20th and the 10th, they go into the box with the 9s. So you've got 3 of those. So we're back with that unwillingness to hurt anybody, sometimes very shy, second guessing yourself, sometimes self-censoring yourself. You see how these all go together? This is so interesting how well designed it is. You've got the line of skepticism so that you're not believing anybody else's stuff. You want to see, but you're not necessarily willing to ask, and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And I think this would be a very shy child. This is, who are you? You're Kelly. So I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, or born in 62. You're a man or a woman. But it's and then the 6 is the number of service and taking responsibility for things, being I hope you're not put upon. I think when you were young, it would have been very easy to persuade you that you wanted to do things that you maybe didn't want to do. That's how it goes, and you came with those numbers in order to overcome those numbers, right? I hope that makes sense. Okay, Kelly says it's all good. I've got an Edith, you're next. 16 July already. That's an old soul. You come in with 2 7s right there. That's, you're here doing finishing off some karmic business that you've had in previous lives. And then 1970. So you've got the 9 and the 7. You're working on that. Oh, now isn't this lovely? Oh, I like this. Okay. So you have a line. My pen's dying. This is bad. All right, 7 and 7 and 8. 15, 23 for 5. Does that sound right? 8, 15 is 6. I can't add. I've got to have a pen that works. I've only got a pencil, so I'll have to. This is 14. This is 20. It's 4. It's not 5. I knew there was something wrong with that. Okay, so the 4. You're a very practical, reliable kind of a person, and that's interesting because your bottom line has the 1 and the 7, but not the 4. So It could be that you have some of that manual dexterity ability. It might not, but it's certainly within the realms. What you do have is a line across the center, the 258 line, which is the line of emotional sensitivity. And this is a child who this is Edith, yes. If somebody else fell off their bicycle, you would cry, Edith. You have this wonderful, caring, loving heart and an ability to express emotions for other people, sympathetic and empathetic and just really, really caring. Growing up in the 70s, depending where you were, may it may have been really discouraged and you had to learn not to express your emotions. But even if you don't cry except in a quiet room with the curtains closed, your heart feels for other people. You're very caring and loving, and you don't like to see other people suffer, and you will work to help that be alleviated. And whether that's doing volunteer work or working in a sector that's raising funds for something, you're really, really just driven by your level of loving and caring, and it's very nice. You're also really practical, so you're not about going out and finding people who are living on the streets and giving them fondue pots. You're way practical, and you will deflate anybody who comes at you with a silly idea that they think is helpful. You're really, really good that way. So I like that chart. That's good. 7 and 9 again. The 2 7s, your life has not always been super easy. There have been some very hard lessons. 7 energy, I liken to a breakup in high school, right? The level of emotional upset is just so intense and enormous, and absolutely don't want to even deal with. But when you look back a few years later, you go, yeah, well, that was doomed. That relationship was not intended to be. And it's okay, because after the breakup, I met this person, or I read that book, or I chose to go to that college, and positive came out of it. So in the moment, 7s can be really, really hard. And I think you've had some really hard moments, but ultimately they have nudged you back onto the path of sending you where your intention wants you to go. All right, I have Donna, and then I have Karen, and I have 4 minutes. Interesting. All right, Donna, the 29th of June, 1960. Oh, I like that. Okay, lots of 6s. I used to live and work near a Canadian Air Force base, 14 Wing, Greenwood in Nova Scotia. And I used to meet people with 6s, multiple 6s, all the time with the 6s. That call to duty, that sense of responsibility, that community service, or community service is a sentence, isn't it? Serving the community, very strong in 6 energy. So I have 2 and 9 and 6 and 1 and 9 and 6 and so you have the line of skepticism. If you've been here a while, you've heard me talk about that. You don't take on other people's stuff. Oh, and you're not going to be able to see this because it's a pencil. I'm sorry. Who am I with? 629. This is Donna. Donna, you did cards with me this afternoon. Cool. All right. So Donna, the line of skepticism, multiple energies. So interesting that I'm getting people with all of these 9s. That unwillingness to hurt people is what it comes down to. It's a shyness sometimes. It's a self-censoring sometimes. That's so cool. Thank you, Karen, with a brother at 14 Wing. I love it. Okay, so these 6s, that wherever it is, whether you don't have to be in the military to be living your sixes, but serving in some way that is meaningful to you to progress the ways of the world. You have a good centered energy about yourself, Donna, and good relational skills with other people without actually giving yourself away. So that's really nice. These all add up. It's a 6 total. Oh, maybe you are in the military. I don't know. You're doing something. Okay. So that was okay. I got lost. You're all making lovely little comments. All right, that was Donna. Karen, February 4th. Whoops, this is jumping. The new browser is not intuitive for me, and I didn't get any practicing time. Okay, 4 February 1965. That's 4 and 2. 2 6s or 3, 4, 6, 9. So you're in 9. Oh, nice. Okay, so because we're always adding up until there's only one digit left, 9 contains all of the energies. It's that understanding holistic energy, which is why when you've got a bunch of them, you understand that if you buy the cheap shoes, there's going to be a 6-year-old in a factory. You don't want to do that. So sometimes you stay home with bare feet, and that isn't a good solution. There needs to be a different way of approaching that. Okay, so 4, 2, 1, 9, 6, 5. So the 159 line, again, whether you had older siblings or older friends, that's very possible because 159 lines are attracted to each other. You've also got the 456 line up the center. Can't even see that, can you? And that is the line of ambition. We saw an empty one that is called the line of disappointment. And the line of ambition works very, very similarly. It's just present rather than absent. You know there's more, and you're on your way to go find it. And we can be having a party together, having a wonderful time at 6 feet distance. And you will take off and go look around the corner and find out there's a circus there, and come back and say, you guys, there's a circus. And so we can all go and enjoy the circus. We wouldn't have known because we didn't have the ambition to go looking. So you are a leader in a situation like that. And that's a wonderful energy to bring to us. I have to go, Chantal. Really, I was starting late, right? Oh, Donna, that's so cool. I lived in Melbourne Square for 19 years. I love it. Okay, Chantal, you're the last one. May 28. 1973 is a 1 and a 5. And 7 and 3 is 1 is 2. 6. So you have an 8. We're another one of these fair, just people who could work as a mediator. Finding the balance, and an 8 within your number too. That is so interesting to me. And then 1973. Oh, wow. You are awesome. You have 3 lines. They make a letter H. Can you see that? So the 1, 2, 3 line of organization. Oh, that's so good. Line of organization, the ability to bring order to chaos. The 7, 8, 9, where you're very enthusiastic about things and willing to share them and educate people and you get excited about stuff, and because you do, other people do too. And then the 2, 5, 8 is the line of emotional expression and being appropriate and being able to. Oh, Bobby, I'm sorry, I can't. I've run over time already. The 8:30 person is message me, okay? Message me. Who is this? This is Chantal. the 258 understands emotion, has a higher emotional EQ, has a higher EQ than a lot of people, and is available to learn about emotions, about expression, and because you get enthusiastic and because you're so organized, that would be a wonderful field for you to share with other people. And okay, so yes, I do freebies, Facebook Live, kind of like this, on Tuesdays Eastern time. I'm in Eastern time. Tuesdays at 11 in the morning and Fridays at 2 in the afternoon. So I would love if you would come and see me then. Otherwise, this month I have a special on. I'm doing 50 minutes for $50 because on Tuesday it'll be 50 years since I came to Canada. So I'm celebrating that. You can go to my website, joleith.com, go to readings, and all of the stuff is there. And you can message me. I have a Facebook page called Exploring Paths to Cosmic Wisdom. And that's where I do my lives on Tuesday and Friday. And I'm delighted that you all came. That's so lovely. Usually, Donna, my prices are $50 for half an hour and $95 for an hour. But as I say, the May special is on. I'm gonna just, Bobby, see if I can 19. So you've got that. You've got the 1, 2, 3, right? And you've got 7, 3, 9, 6, 2. So, gosh, what interesting people came late. All right, so you're like a U on its side. You've got the, it's not, I did that wrongly. Where have you gone? March the 7th. You're welcome, Donna. Yes, I'm really relatively easy to find. If you Google me, you will get my website, joleith.com. Very easy. Okay, so did I get this right now? March is 3, 7 is 7, 1962. Okay. 1962. Yes. Okay. All right. So we've got the 7 and 9, the spiritual numbers, the psychic ability, the intuition, the precognitive dreams. We've got 1, 2, 3. You're lining up the fabrics in your needlework box in neat color coordinated piles. You've got the 3, 6, 9, the line of intellect. Even if you didn't get to go to university, you've got a brilliant brain that is capable of bringing stuff together. People who go to university learn to do that. You do it naturally. You're really good. Okay, I have to log off. Thank you so much for being here, and I really look forward to crossing paths with you again. Thank you. I'm back here tomorrow. Come on back. I'm going to be doing neat stuff tomorrow as well. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.